All right, guys, welcome back. Y'all already know Clutch Sports Media 365, the Patriot Blitz. I'm your host, Jay's Perspective. Thank you for coming through tonight. Salute to everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Patriot Blitz. It's the off-season breakdown. Guess what? We back. Another one. We're getting started. Welcome, everybody. When you come through the door, hit that like button. Thank you. Yes, welcome. You already know. All right. I mean, we got a good episode tonight, guys. We got one. Please tap that like button and follow up the channel. Sub up to the channel if you don't mind. All right. Okay. I told you last night we're going to do this tonight. We're going to bring this one tonight. And without further ado, we're going to get to this one tonight. So, off-season Super Bowl is done. Yeah. And again, Super Bowl was Sunday. And I'm still hearing noise. Comments still coming through. Keep them coming. Hey, we're not ducking the smoke. We're not ducking no wreck. We're not ducking none of that. Guys, we lost in the Super Bowl, folks. Are you serious? Come on. You know, I see titles like "You're Losing Faith in Drake." Are they frauds? Are they done? Are you serious? How could you even fix your lips to say these things? I'm trying to figure this one out. This is crazy to automatically assume that they're done already. We just made it to the Super Bowl. So as we get started, we're going to talk about this off season. We're going to talk about how it all got here to this moment. And I'm about to get to because I mean, come on, guys. We got cap questions, key extensions, wide receiver targets, draft needs. We got a show tonight. And without further ado, let me hit this camera, turn the camera on. Bam! Welcome. All right. Welcome, everybody, to Patriot Blitz. I'm your host. It's Jay's Perspective. The confetti has barely been swept off the field at Levi. Come on. Guys, while the New England Patriots fell short against the Seattle Seahawks in Super Bowl 60, the Vrabel Era, the Vrabel Era has officially put the league on notice, moving from a 4-13 record last season to a Super Bowl appearance in 1 year. That's historic. From 4-13 last season to a Super Bowl appearance this year. That's historic. But now the real work begins to ensure it wasn't a fluke. See, this is where we start to build off of what we already done. So I want to thank you all for coming in. Here's your breakdown of the 2026 NFL offseason landscape. Now, the 2026 offseason calendar. The next 3 months are a sprint. Mark these dates to track roster movements. All right, I want you to lock these dates down into your brain and your calendar, however you want to do it. February 17th to March 3rd, franchise tag window. Teams must decide whether to tag, stars to prevent them from hitting the open market. That's your franchise window from February 17th to March 3rd. Then February 23rd to March 2nd, we got NFL Scouting Combine. March 9th, we got Legal Tampering. March 11th is the new league year, 4 p.m. Eastern. So March 11th, 6 days before my birthday, we get the new league year. So that's what I'm talking about. We get a whole new league year. Then March 29th through April 1st is the annual league meeting. What the annual league meeting, guys? Potential rule changes and the announcements of more international host cities. April 23rd through the 25th is the NFL draft. Hosted in Pittsburgh, the Patriots will look to reload after their deep playoff run. We come in with the 31st draft pick this year. Now, those dates, guys, are, again, February 17th through March 3rd, franchise tag window. You get the franchise tags. February 23rd through March 2nd, NFL Scouting Combine. March 9th is Legal Tampering. March 11th, New Year League begins at 4 p.m. So the new season begins March 11th, March 29th through April 1st, annual league meeting. And then April 23rd through the 25th, guys, is the NFL 2026 draft, where we kick things off. And guess what? I can't wait. The draft will be in Pittsburgh this year. So I look forward to that. Thank you all for them. Thank you. Now, Patriots outlook. What's next? Coach Mike Vrabel in the front office have a busy spring ahead. The mission is clear. Surround Drake May with even more stability. You heard me clearly. You heard me loud and clear. Let me make sure you hear me loud and clear. Coach Mike Vrabel and his front office have a busy spring ahead. The mission is clear. Surround Drake May with even more stability. Future contracts. The team has already signed 11 players to reserve futures. Deals include linebacker Amari Gaynor, defensive tackle Jeremiah Farms to secure depth before the combine. Impending free agents. 18 Patriots are set to hit the market. Key names to watch include quarterback Tommy DeVito, tight end Austin Hooper, and several rotational pieces on the offensive line. Vadarian Lowe, Thayer Munford Jr., who Munford was injured on that run we went on. He stayed on the injury list. So we got some names that's on there. Draft capital. Picking late in the first round is a good problem to have. Expect the focus to be on edge rushers or another blue chip offensive lineman to protect May's blind side. Me? Go after a damn lineman. After what we seen in the Super Bowl, after what we seen throughout the postseason, linemen. We're going into the next season with one of the toughest schedules. We need a lineman. Right. Period. Alignment. Now, a league-wide storyline, guys, is the international boom. The NFL has confirmed a record 9 international games in 2026, including the first ever regular season game in Melbourne, Australia, Paris, and Rio de Janeiro. Draft order. The Raiders hold the number 1 overall draft pick. The consensus top prospect is Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza, quarterback Indiana, which teams like the Jets and Cardinals also looming large in the top 3. I can tell you, I was there. We've been, look, Patriot Nation, we were there. We've been there. We drafted Drake May at 3. That's why I'm not too concerned with all the talk. No, it's like I'm looking at the 90.5, right? And they said, have you lost faith in May? How? Second-year quarterback. First-year head coach Mike Vrabel. This season, despite losing in the Super Bowl, was success. 30 other teams were trying to get where the Patriots got. We didn't have an answer for that defense. That's why this draft, this offseason, bulk up the line. I love rookie Will Campbell. He wasn't all bad. He was not all bad. Let's not get there. He wasn't all bad. But it wasn't all good at all. Super Bowl exposed us when we played a defense that was lights out. Cap casualties. Keep an eye on Kansas City. They're negative 54 million in cap space, and the Dallas Cowboys are negative 29 million in cap space. Both teams will likely be forced to cut veteran stars, creating a buyer's market for teams with cap room. I seen a report earlier today, George Pickens, and CBS had this report talking about Pickens to the Patriots. Wouldn't be bad, but no. I've seen one report say A.J. Brown to the Patriots. I don't know. We're going to have to deal with some people on our roster, like the Diggs deal. I love Diggs. I do. He wasn't a cancer to our locker room. However, we're going to have Elliott Wolf and the front office are going to have to do some cap gymnastics. All right, they're going to have to do some cap gymnastics. Now, to keep the momentum of Super Bowl 60 going, Elliott Wolf and the Patriots front office have over $100 million in cap space to play with. This is a blank check territory for a team that was 1 or 2 plays away from a ring. If the goal is to build a fortress around Drake May, here are top targets at wide receiver and offensive tackle entering the 26th market. Listen, we got some nice money to play with. We are a nice destination now. People love to play for Mike. And if you have not been living under a rock, and if you do pay attention to the NFL news like I do, Max Crosby expressed interest in coming play for us. Barmore, Williams, Crosby, defense, different story. Offensive line for me was the number one issue. I mean, defense did their job. I need the offense line to give Drake time so Drake can be Drake. There's no mistrust, distrust. There's no, oh my God, we suck. No, we played in the Super Bowl. Do you know how easy schedule? You could say easy schedule all you want. There's no easy road to get to the fucking Super Bowl. Let's not kid ourselves here. If that was the case, why the Bills were not in the Super Bowl? The Texans. Jacksonville? I'm just saying, when you look at the talk, they talk. Guys, we made it. And yes, that exposure in the Super Bowl gave us an opportunity to see that we're weapons or key pieces away from a ring. And personally, congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks. GG's to those guys up there. GG. Gotta give it to them. I'm not going to hate. I'm going to congratulate. Now, the Patriots need a true X receiver who can win one-on-one on the outside. Before we even get to that true X, we need someone who can block. Did you not see what happened with that rookie side of the line? The left side of the line, well, mainly, let's not just pick on the left side. That whole damn line got bullied. They got bullied. So it's not like you are going to fix the line by giving us a true wide receiver and the man has no time to deliver the ball to him. They got in there and bullied him. Now, there's some names out there of wide receivers who can win one-on-one battles. Alec Pierce, the Colts. George Pickens, Cowboys. Mike Evans, the Buccaneers. Rashid Shaheed, Seahawks. Debo Samuel of the Commanders. Alec Pierce is a name that was floated around, and he's a top target, emerging as a complete wide receiver. He just posted his first 1,000-yard season. He's the big body, deep threat the Patriots lacked in the Super Bowl. Could be a winner. Pickens, the prize, led the league in yards versus man coverage, 14-29 in yards total. Likely to be franchise tagged, but a tag and trade is a possibility. Mike Evans, the vet, even at 32, he's a red zone nightmare. If Tampa lets him walk, he'd provide the veteran leadership May needs. Rashid Shaheed, the speedster, you saw him in the Super Bowl. He's a game breaker. If Seattle can't pay him after their win, he's a perfect vertical threat for New England. And then Debo, now 30, but still elite after the catch, a versatile piece for Mike Vrabel's smash mouth hybrid offense. Those are some X factors. Now, protecting the blind side is a priority 1A. With Vadarian Lowe and Thayer Munford hitting free agency, the Pats might look for an upgrade. I'm personally going with this approach, period. I don't want to hear nothing till after this gets addressed first and foremost. Guys, we need to address the freaking line. Offensive tackle targets. Offensive tackle targets. We got Rasheed Walker, Packers. The elite option, the best pass blocking left tackle on the market, only 26 years old. He fits the Patriots' long-term timeline perfectly. Bring him on. Jermaine Ilimorno. I'm not going to butcher people's names tonight. I'm not trying to butcher names. But he's from the Giants, a reunion of former Patriot who was a rare bright spot for the Giants last year. He's a top-tier pass protector on the right side. And Braxton Jones from the Bears. The wild card missed most of the 2025 season with a knee injury, but when healthy, he's an athletic tackle who can dominate in the running game. Now, why do I feel that some kind of jacked up way, the Patriots are going to probably end up with a Braxton Jones, somebody who was injured in 2025, who's going to come back, and the Bears are probably going to let him go, and then the Patriots will wind up getting him instead of a Rasheed Walker from the Packers, who is an elite option and the best pass blocking left tackle on the market, who's only 26. Who could fit the Patriots' long-term timeline perfectly. Move Will Campbell over. Move Mint Williams to center. and let's fix the line. That is the first concern I would have, period. Going after a top offensive tackle. And I just gave you Rasheed Walker, Jermaine Illuminor from the Giants, and then Braxton Jones from the Bears. That's 3 names at the tackle position that the Patriots should be targeting this offseason. Because number one, I know Vrabel, Josh, and Elliott Wolf are looking like, damn, Drake needs help. Point blank, period. That was not that you couldn't do anything you wanted to do due to the fact that you couldn't block that fucking front of the Seahawks. You couldn't block them. It was bad. It was bad. Oh, and then there's Brandon Smith of the Colts, a rugged veteran right tackle. If the Pats want to lean into power running identity, Smith is the guy. Which, Ramondre couldn't get going. Trevion, we did run with him, but come on. Everybody watched it like I watched it. It didn't look good. It didn't. And it starts in the trenches. We got beat in the trenches. It doesn't matter about your receivers. You can't get the ball to your receivers. If you can't protect your quarterback, what did you expect was going to happen? Seriously. Drake could not be protected, and guys, that shit just did not give us success. Now, the strategy, aggressive stability. Expect the Patriots to be linked heavily to Alec Pierce, which analysts are already calling him the clear top target because his market value is minus $20 million a year. Fits perfectly within New England's massive cap space without preventing them from also signing a top-tier tackle like Rasheed Walker. With I can see them trying to go and get an Alec Pierce. I want, like I told you, out of the names of the tackles, I said they're going to fuck around and bring in the guy from the Bears, Braxton Jones, because he might be the most available because he's coming off an injury in 2025. And he might be available at a cheaper price versus going for Rasheed Walker because the Packers ain't trying to give up their pieces. You know, we got to make sure that we get a line rebuild. I don't want to talk wide receivers when we have Diggs, Booty, Douglas, Hollins, Chisholm. We got a group in there. They were effective. However, you're going into a area where now, guys, you're going to need to protect your quarterback. You're going to have to protect Drake May so that he's able to get the ball to somebody. Now, following this 29-13 loss, following the 29-13 loss to Seattle in Super Bowl 60, the Patriots have officially secured the number 31 overall pick in the 26th NFL draft. While picking late is the cost of winning, Elliott Wolf and Mike Vrabel have 11 total picks to work with this year. Tied for the second most in the league. Here's how the board is shaping up for the New England Patriots. They look to finish the job as they look to finish the job in 2026. The Patriots draft order, top 100. The New England primary picks are locked into the back end of each round. Round 1, 31. Round 2, pick 63. Round 3, pick 95. Round 4 through 7, the team holds 8 additional picks in later rounds, including extra selections from previous trades, including Josh Uche, Kyle Duggar, and Keon White. Guys, we have opportunities, and I'm quite sure people are going to be making phone calls, doing a lot of last minute, hey, you want to make a deal? Hey, let's make a trade. Hey, let's try and, do something. And I'm quite sure Vrabel has something up his sleeve. Elliott Wolf and that whole staff, we trust, because guess what? This is different. We have made it, and now it's time to rebuild, or not rebuild, but build atop the success we already have. All right? This is time. It's not to panic. We're not that bad. We need to fix the O-line, possibly get some X receiver, compliment the room. But at the most, guys, we're drafting in the later rounds. So round 1, pick 31. Round 2, pick 63. Round 3, pick 95. Round 4 through 7, we hold 8 additional picks in these later rounds, including extra selections from previous trades involving Josh Uche, Kyle Duggar, and Keon White. So we got picks. We can re-up on some key pieces. We can re-up. So look, the Super Bowl hangover cure for this roster is more pressure on the quarterback and more protection for Drake May. Here are the names currently linked to the New England Patriots in the late first and second round. So go through some of these names. Akeem Mesidor, edge from Miami. The buzz, most major mocks, including Dan's and NFL mocks, have the Patriots grabbing Mesidor at number 31. Why he fits, he's explosive, tweener, lineman who can play inside or out. With Chason, a free agent, and Harold Landry aging, Mesidor provides the consistent pass rush win rate the Pats lacked against Seattle. T.J. Parker, edge, Clemson. If Mesidor is gone, Parker is the plan B. Why he fits, he's a high motor, high IQ defender. The exact type of player Mike Vrabel loves. He's powerful enough to hold the edge in the run game, but has the bend to get home on the third down. Max Heinker, offensive tackle for Arizona State. The buzz, a popular target for the Patriots at number 63, second round. A tackle or Arizona State, second round. Why he fits, he didn't allow a single sack in 860 snaps in 2025, with veteran Morgan Moses considering retirement. Eichen Anchor is an athletic zone scheme tackle who can protect May's blind side for a decade. Deion Burks, wide receiver, Oklahoma. Burks is a good one. The buzz, projected in the third round, number 95. Why he fits, if the Patriots don't land a big name wide receiver in free agency, Burks is a shifty yak yards after catch monster who could eventually replace the production of aging veterans like Stephon Diggs. And then there's the Max Crosby wild card. There's significantly smoke surrounding the Patriots potentially landing the number 31 pick. Rumor mill, we love a good rumor mill, right? All-pro pass rusher Max Crosby is expected to request a trade from the Raiders, given the Raiders hold the number 1 overall pick and are in full rebuild mode. A package involving pick number 31 and future capital could bring the Condor to Foxborough to reunite with Mike Vrabel. I mean, look, that would be ideal if we can do that. If some kind of way you can pull that one off, that would be awesome. That would be an awesome look. If you could get that done, that would be awesome. Super Bowl aftermath, guys. The left side, the star, a high quality cutout. Okay, wait. I mean, if we can get Max Crosby, guys, it would be awesome. But, I'm just saying. I don't expect it to be. I really don't think I'm not counting on it, but it would be nice. It would be nice. It would be nice. All right. Now, let's get into some strategics. All right. Getting some strategics. Hit that like button when you come through the door if you don't mind. Thumbs up button. Hit that sub up to the channel button. I appreciate you. Here's the raw, unfiltered Patriot Blitz off-season rundown where they've been busy. What still needs fixing, and the next big question. They've got the answer as they move past the Super Bowl and into the 26 off-season game planning, okay? Patriots locked in 11 practice squad guys to future contracts, keeping development, depth, and special teams talent. That's the real off-season move. Drake May status. Drake May won't need off-season shoulder surgery after his injury in the playoffs. So they enter off-season program and spring ball on track. That's huge. Keep spotlight on growth. So that's a plus. We know that he got shot up before the Super Bowl. And of course, it's part of the game plan, nagging injuries. My boy, again, he did throw that 35-yard touchdown pass to Hollins. He looked good. After an impressive 14-3 season that ended in the Super Bowl, the Patriots enter the off-season with momentum, but they aren't done reshaping their roster. Top Patriots free agent tags free agents and tag targets. Now, several contributors are trending towards extensions or possible tags, but not everyone will be back without serious cap juggling. Elliott Wolf, Vrapes, and them are going to have to do some cap juggling. We're going to have to do a little juggling here. Now, let's get into what they actually need to focus on and not just what the headlines say. This is where the Patriot Blitz is. With the offseason breakdown, guys, this is where we're at. The Pats are not going to spend the way they did last offseason. They splurged. That splurge year moves into maintenance reload phase. They splurged last year, reloaded, rebuild, built up. They roughly got 30 to 35 million in cap space, but they can't get eaten up quick with extensions, especially Christian Gonzalez rookie bonuses, and keeping key contributors around. Fanboy projections agree that New England won't be outbidding the league again unless some smart cap gymnastics happen. Listen, we know 30 to 35 million in cap space isn't a whole lot to try and get in no bidding war. We know the Raiders up there, Tennessee Titans up there. There's a couple other teams that's up there with a lot of cap space and a lot of money. And guess what? Rightfully so. And I would love to see this roster back, but with some main additions, like mainly what I'm gonna keep saying, offensive line. I need the offensive line to get fixed. The Pats are not going to spend the way they did last offseason. Listen, you heard me right. They've got roughly 30 to 35 million in cap space. But that can get eaten up quick with extensions, especially with Gonzo's rookie bonuses and keeping key contributors around. This is where those contracts that we were talking about with other teams, this is where we get into that same little trouble. We got people that we. I hate these contracts, and the cap space is just going up. Contract extensions first. Keeping your own is a priority. Let's get into this first. Christian Gonzalez, lock up early would be a must. Cornerbacks with his upside don't get cheap. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's just get him out the way now. That way we don't lose. I mean, come on. Did you see how he performed in the Super Bowl? I mean, the man was lights freaking out, guys. He was daylights. Lockdown. Gonzo Island. I was thumbs up. Now, Hunter Henry, Michael Winnow, and others. These are extension names fans and analysts are debating aggressively on boards as well. And we can check this out on the Reddit. But guys, it's Hunter Henry's getting older. Njoku popped up on Cleveland's board, and look, I ain't gonna lie, I would like to have a Njoku. We can drop Austin Hooper. But then you gotta look at it. Hunter Henry didn't show up in that game neither. He didn't show up. Now I know the line wasn't there to block, but also when you have the team should know that when that pressure is coming and that ball is coming out, that guys, I need you to make plays. I need you to do everything in your power to help your guy out. That didn't happen. We drives on continuity and losing positional pieces because of cap scarcity would be a setback. Point blank. We fuck around and start losing key pieces because of cap or because of contract. You have to replace that, and then you have to work out this whole offseason building that continuity between the players. Wide receivers and pass catcher targeting. Even after last year's free agent splash digs, plenty to see the need. Plenty see the need for more consistent playmakers. A true number one wide receiver who can take pressure off May remains a talking point. That's where the team like the Pats either move, drive capital, or trade smart in free agency. I can get that point. I can see that. That's why the Alec Pierce seems to be a reality to some degree. I ain't gonna lie. Depth everywhere. The future contracts and roster churn show the Patriots want team depth, not just stars. That fits the Mike Vrabel mentality. You win with a complete 53, not just the headline names. I remember back in the day when Brady was our quarterback, and they were playing the Colts in the AFC Championship game, right? And Brady got up there and he said, "We're not just one name star; we're a team of stars." And that's been the Patriot way for a number of years. It's not just one star; it's a team of stars. That is the Patriot way. You don't sell the whole house for one person. You don't. You need a complete 53, not just a headline name. And I'm glad that Vrabes has that mentality because we made it to the Super Bowl this year. And what ultimately our demise ultimately set us back, you couldn't block. You couldn't stop the Seattle pass rush, and they disrupted the game plan. They troubled your quarterback. He looked like second-year quarterback. He looked like a rookie. And then when you gave him time, you see the drive that we had because he was able to take the ball down the field and score on a 35-yard touchdown. So, night and day. Now, draft and roster construction blueprint. Here's what the Pats can get. Here is where the Pats can get sneaky good. But they need to be honest about holes. Top needs likely include edge rusher plus interior pass rush, creating pressure. Was a theme last season and continues to be a need. Pass rusher definitely would have helped. Off the edge would have helped. You would have had that edge rush plus that bull. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That probably doesn't have. They probably don't get that one touchdown. They probably settle for field goals that entire game. Offensive line depth plus the continuity. Will Campbell has upside, but protecting May remains non-negotiable. Listen, Will Campbell would die for his man, but Will Campbell in that game gave up 14 pressures, 8. That was too much. That was entirely too much. Will Campbell would die for his man. He literally died. He literally just died out there, my guy. What was he doing? So no, we need that line fixed. Point offensive line depth definitely is non-negotiable. You have to get the line fixed. Number one, this offseason has to be. It has to be. It has to be. It has to be. Forget the headlines. Forget worrying about, oh, can we trust Drake? Oh, is the Patriots done? Oh, were they frauds? Listen, you lost in the biggest game, on the biggest stage, under the biggest lights, and it was 15 points. It was to one of the, not one of the best, the best defense in the NFL. Next to your defense, the best defense. And you know what happened? Your O-line collapsed. They got bullied. Receiver debt beyond Diggs plus Booty plus Douglas. If they want to push from playoff teams to championship team breakers, I can agree. I can concur. I can say this is true. You need to figure that out. Those guys look good throughout the year. Booty was the guy. He had one of the top catches of the year. That 100 grab, beautiful catch. But where was that in the Super Bowl? You saw what the Patriots can do when you give Drake May time to get busy. And then not only that, I'm gonna hold Drake to the feet to the flame because Drake, you can use your mobility, sir, to make plays happen. That should have been one of those things as well, especially when you know your offensive line was getting bullied. See, first quarter, second quarter, and then we got to the third quarter. If I'm Drake, I'm taking off running. I'm pulling a Josh Allen. I'm putting the cape on. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to make them respect my line, make them respect me enough to where they back up, and then I'm trying to tear their ass up just because. But again, let me reiterate the point, guys. First year head coach Mike Vrabel, second year quarterback Drake May. No excuses, but it's reality. It was Mike Vrabel's first year head coach of the Patriots. Drake May's second year running, well, really it's his first year running this offense. Last year he came in against the Texans in a losing situation. We ended up 4-13 this year with a fresh start, a new beginning. And you see what we can do with what we had this year. Imagine when you reassure that you shore up that line. You give him a true wide receiver one, because you're gonna have Diggs for 2 more years because he signed a 3-year contract. But and they said we can't make it back. I beg to differ. They play the way they played. I don't care. I looked at the schedule and I see what the schedule looks like. Guys, there's a chance the Patriots can be back in the Super Bowl again. I know nobody would like to see another rematch of the Super Bowl, but damn it, I feel like we got a chance to get back there again. Just saying. Call me delusional, but I'm a Patriot fan. I can't tell you, oh, I want to see this team go. Oh, I believe this team. I don't believe none of the other teams can do it. A lot of teams fired their coach and they did nothing. Let me take a shot at one of our rivals. They just promoted from within. What does that change? You're running the same ship. Okay. You bring in Pete Carmichael? Carmichael was from New Orleans. We watched Carmichael in New Orleans. Really? So if they don't go, are you going to fire Joe Brady next year? Top needs, guys, this year. Top needs for the Patriots this year. Edge rush, interior pass rush, creating pressure was a theme last season and continues to be a need. Offensive line depth, Will Campbell was upside, but protecting May remains non-negotiable. Receiver depth, beyond Diggs, Booty, and Douglas, if they want to push from playoff team to championship team, they need game breakers. You need to upgrade. You want to take this to another level. You want to take it to another level. Now, major black clouds and skepticism. Let's call it like it is. You ready for this one? I know y'all not ready for this one. Hold on. We're gonna get ready for this one. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for you. I'm gonna wait for you to come on board, guys. I'm gonna wait for you to come on. I'm gonna wait for you to get in. Come on. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. You ready? Here we go. Okay, good. Okay, good. There we go. Now, guys, there's some major black clouds and skepticism. Let's call it like it is. Diggs' cap hit could cripple moves. What do you mean? His contract eats up cap space, and some fans are calling openly for a cut because they think they can get similar production cheaper. If they don't restructure, that's dead cap that limits upgrades. I would love to see Diggs come back. I honestly, I would like to see Diggs come back, guys. I'm telling you, I would love to see him back. I think he restructures. I think he restructures to come back, and we can do something with him. No big splash is expected. Contrast last offseason free agency with this one, it's more maintenance mode than splash mode, unless something drastically changes with the cap. Listen, no big splash is expected. We don't expect any big splash plays this offseason unless something drastically changes with the cap. Pressure to get better. Drafting. Because costly free agents won't be flying in. The Pats must nail their draft. Miss picks, back to square one. We can't afford to miss out on draft picks. Brings me back to the first point I made. Diggs' cap hit could cripple moves. Because you know you got to take care of Gonzo. You know you got to take care of Gonzo. Rightfully so, we got to take care of Christian Gonzalez. There is no big splashes to be expected this. Nope, none. I already gave you the names of some people that's out there that we should be targeting, especially for our offensive line. I don't want to talk about anything else. Offensive line, edge rush, and then we can get to another receiver. Because we can make it happen. Oh, and I forgot to bring in Kyle Williams. We got Mr. Williams. So we have receivers. This is going to be an interesting offseason for the Patriots, guys. Bottom line, Patriots Blitz offseason breakdown. Protect the quarterback. Extensions plus smart offensive line development. Protect the quarterback. Smart offensive line development. Keep your nucleus, especially Gonzalez, Henry, and key role players. Manage the cap like a surgeon. No bloated contracts. Let's not get big-headed. Let's not get... Elliott Wolf has been good, but I don't want you to go a little banana. I don't want you to get bananas. Draft for the purpose. Edge, wide receiver, depth, and O-line. Avoid panic moves. This isn't 2025 Wildcat Party. Guys, we already established the core in 2025 when Braves came in. Now it's time to tighten up this roster for 2026. We already have pieces. What happened in the Super Bowl gave us so much hope because they said we were ahead of the curve. We were ahead. They didn't even think we were going to get to the Super Bowl, but we made it. Now, draft for the purpose. Avoid panic moves. Manage the cap like a surgeon. Keep your core nucleus. And the most important thing to do is protect Drake May. Protect the quarterback. This tactical roster surgery, not fireworks. That's exactly what the team with the Super Bowl aspirations should be doing right now. Look, we're not going to look. I know the Alec Pierce, the Mike Evans, the AJ Brown news, the Max Crosby news. Think about all the money that's going to cost us to get those moves. Think about what we're going to give up. We got to pay Gonzo. Stephon Diggs is he's under contract. But we're going to have to restructure his deal in order to pull off some moves. And, I mean, this is going to be an interesting offseason. Again, guys, we need... I'm going to tell you, wait. Let me see. Where is it? We're going to need offensive line to be a... what's the best word I'm going to use for this? We need this offensive line to be the best offensive line in the National Football League, period, point blank. Our rookies, they went through the fire. Will Campbell, he went through the fire. Jared Wilson, he went through the fire. Morgan Moses, he's getting old. Bradbury, he did his job. Owino, I like him. But guys, did you see what our line did against that fucking front of the Seahawks? They got bullied. Vrabel told this unit back in August in preseason, in training camp, I want you guys to impose your will upon them, not them impose their will on you. And on Super Bowl Sunday, they got imposed. They got dominated. And everybody from mainstream media to our own Patriot media has been dumping heaps of coal upon us. I know it was an ugly loss. I know it was, but it wasn't it wasn't the worst loss. It wasn't. It really wasn't. We lost in the Super Bowl. Congratulations to the boys for making it to the Super Bowl. Yes, AJ Brown. Thank you, Lewis Pagan 747. Patriots should go after the wide receiver from the Eagles. His last name is Brown. AJ Brown. I heard that news this morning, yesterday as well. AJ Brown. And matter of fact, 2 days ago, he was taking pictures with Edelman and Gronk. That would be a name pop up there as well. AJ Brown. A true wide receiver one. But, we're going to have to deal with Diggs' contract. I would love to get AJ Brown in there. You know why? His time in Philly's up. They won the ring. It's time for him to move on. Now bring him on to New England and let Drake May succeed with him. AJ Brown would be a good addition to that. But, again, Lewis, we need line. There's a lineman in Green Bay. Let me bring him up. There's a lineman in Green Bay. I talked about him when we opened up. He is a number one talent. I think he would do very, very good with us, guys. I'm telling you, he would do good. Hold up. Let me pull this. Where is it? Here we go. All right, offensive lineman. Here we go. All right, Rasheed Walker, Packers. Elite option, the best pass blocking left tackle on the market, only 26 years old. He fits the Patriots' long-term timeline perfectly. And he's the running back Derrick Henry from Baltimore Raven. He's a free agent. He is the great addition for now. I ain't gonna lie to you that bruh. Look, he reunites with Vrabes, Derrick Henry back, the league would be mad. If we can listen, this is my wish list. Lewis, I'm glad. Lewis, thank you for coming through, bro. Lewis, hit that like button for me. Lewis, thank you, Lewis, because you just helped me out. Lewis, imagine you get Max Crosby, because he wants to play for us. You get Max Crosby, A.J. Brown, and you pull off some cap gymnastics and you get Derrick Henry in there. Oh, my God. Super Bowl again. This is crazy work. This offseason, guys, the Patriots are playing with 35 million. Yeah, we can do some cap gymnastics. Elliot Wolf can pull off some numbers. He can finesse some stuff. Diggs can I guarantee you Stephon Diggs will restructure that contract to remain a Patriot, especially with the upside of this roster. And thank you, Lewis. That's Bart Lewis. That's perfect because the Ravens are going to have to do something with that. But definitely, A.J. Brown would be an addition. Let me tell you who they got Alec Pierce from the Colts. I heard CBS this morning. I was listening to the free agents, right? They said Alec Pierce, and then they had George Pickens. They got Mike Evans' name out there. That's why I'm talking about that offensive line. That's why I was giving you there's Rasheed Walker, there's Braxton Jones from the Bears, and there's Braden Smith from the Colts, and there's a Jeremiah Illuminor from the Giants. Now I believe Braxton Jones, he's the wild card. He missed most of 2025 with a knee injury. But when healthy, he's an athletic tackle who can dominate in the run game. I'm the way, kind of when you think about it, but the Patriots fucking around and get somebody like that. Thank you, Lewis. Lewis, I'm about to put you down, bro. I need mine, bro. Especially Patriot fans, bro. Lewis. Thank you, Lewis. Lewis, there you go, bro. Hold on. Shink. Mott. All right, Lou. Hey, Lewis, what'd you think about Rasheed Walker of the Packers? He's one of the best options at left tackle from the Packers. Then we got a Giants lineman, a former Patriot who was a rare bright spot for the Giants last year. He's a top tier pass protector on the right side, though. We need left side. Now, I know also, Lewis, that they were talking about moving Will Campbell in to guard and possibly moving Jared Wilson to center, and then either drafting a tackle or going out and getting a tackle. Which, I mean, I'm all for that. Because I don't want to try and gamble and roll some dice this year and say, okay, let's give Will Campbell another chance, and then we're having this discussion again because he's giving up too much on that left side. Now, then I heard they're aggressively linked to Alec Pierce from the Colts. They're looking at Alec Pierce from the Colts, who is a deep threat that the Patriots could possibly use. He was good with the Colts. Alec Pierce, he was a good receiver with the Colts. Now, doesn't mean that the Colts are going to give him up now. We do have our draft order, guys, is round 1, pick 31, round 2, pick 63, round 3, pick 95, rounds 4 through 7, the team holds 8 additional picks in the later rounds, including extra selections from previous trades, including Josh Uche, Kyle Duggar, and Keon White. So we got some draft picks. We got some draft picks, which can be used. It could be used to get us some pieces. There is, let me tell you, from Scouting reports, guys, we're looking at TJ Parker from Clemson, edge rusher, Max Acre, offensive tackle from Arizona, Deion Burks from Oklahoma, he's a third round pick. And then there's a wild card in Max Crosby. Because the reports came out and everybody's seen those reports. Max Crosby requested to be traded from the Raiders. He doesn't want to be a Raider. He doesn't. He did say he wanted to be a Pack. Then there was also Detroit, but most likely a Patriot. Now, the Raiders are not going to want to give him up. They're not going to come cheap. But there's also a chance that we can get superstar Max Crosby or A.J. Brown. And like my man Lewis Pagan 747 said, we need to go out there and get that guy from the Eagles, last name Brown. I got to agree with him. Imagine some kind of way, because Stephon Diggs did sign a 3-year contract with us. Restructure that deal with Diggs. Bring in A.J. Brown. But before we even do that, let's get this line. I want the line fixed. That should be the first thing we address, is the O-line. We cannot gamble with this line no more. Drake May had a shoulder injury, pardon me. He was sacked 21 times in the postseason. 21 times in the postseason. Dude, he came into the Super Bowl with 15 sacks. Sacked 6 times in the Super Bowl. They didn't even give me they didn't give the man a chance to get right. And our defense kept us in that game despite the running game from Seattle. The Patriots still had a chance, but there was no offense. Guys, the reason I said that Derrick Henry, because he played with Mike Vrabel when he played for the Titans, and told Mike Vrabel after they played Baltimore. Yes! I think, bro, listen, Derrick Henry, you remember when they fired John Harbaugh and the news came out Lamar Jackson wanted to trade? Walker would be excellent addition for the Yes. Yeah, bruh. If we can get the left tackle, move Will Campbell to guard, Jared Wilson, when he plays center, he fit naturally. I'm talking about when I started looking at them, when I started covering them, podcasting on them, back in when we played our first game against Minnesota, I was like, okay. Braves told this offensive line, impose your will. Not let them impose their will on you. What happened Sunday? They imposed their will. Will Campbell tried. And now listen, Will Campbell, no shots. He came back from an injury. He rushed back. Him and Jared Wilson both came back from an injury. And mind you, both of them are rookies. So I got to give them some kind of props. We made it to the Super Bowl despite how we got there with a troubled ass, duct tape ass line. Our line had duct tape on it, and we still was able to get to the freaking Super Bowl. I got to give it to him. But now, this year, it's time to address all those needs because you see where it is. Defense, phenomenal. Gonzo did his job. They did a job. Now, the run defense, we got to get that stopped because we gave up the most run yards. 135 yards, 5 yards a carry, average 135 on 27 carries. The Seahawks ran it down our throat. That's that, right. Josh McDaniels did a horrible job calling play. He sure the hell did. And that's what shocked me because, like, for the first quarter, you're trying to figure out the game plan. Okay, you see what they're doing. Second quarter, there should have been an adjustment. Halftime, you get the ball back at half. So when you come out at the half, there was no change. There was no adjustment. That's like, wait a minute. We punted the ball on the 4th and 1. Right. We punted the ball on 4th and 1. And we put our defense back out there and said, okay, let's do it. Yes, that's right. He's to blame. You got to give it, yeah, right. You're not lying about that. I got to say it. He is. Because where was your this what, his 9th, 10th Super Bowl? And you didn't have an answer? Where was the answer for what we were doing? We should have had at least something. Sam Darnold got one offensive touchdown. One. The rest of it was field goals. So that lets you know we were still in the game until the turnover started. Once the turnover started, guys, oh boy, you know how that goes. You turn the ball over, well, curtains. And again, we own it, guys. You come on here, Patriot fans, real Patriot fans, we own it. We take it. But yes, we're gonna take and we're gonna hold people's feet to the fire. Josh McDaniels called a horrible game. Offensive line, you didn't block. You got beat. You got bullied. Drake May, you looked exactly like a second-year quarterback. Because there was mobility in Drake. I don't know why he didn't decide to take off running on some plays. And there was one time where obviously Drake knew that left side was going to be a problem. You can see on one play when he took a sack that he's looking over his left shoulder and he's like, oh, shit, here they come again. So once I take the snap, and again, like you said, Josh McDaniels, no credit to you. You should have been dialing up some quarterback runs for him. You should have been doing something. At this moment, when the game was 12-0, it should have been empty in the playbook to find something to work. There was nothing. Then we was 19-7. Where was the urgency at? Like, honestly, I was pissed. I was really pissed. So, guys, in 2026 off season, we gotta lean into the what's next curiosity. Left side, a high quality offensive line. We need somebody on the left side of the line that can block, that can protect. Right side of the defense, a Mad Max Crosby. Maybe even I heard CBS say George Pickens to the. I don't know about the George Pickens, but then They said the same thing about Stephon Diggs. They said the same thing about Stephon Diggs. I'm still kind of, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't know. We got a couple pieces we can draft in the draft. If Akeem Mesidor, which I doubt he'll be available, would be a nice edge rush out of Miami. TJ Parker from Clemson is another edge rusher. That would be a nice fit. Offensive tackle from Arizona, Max Anchor. Could be a second round, number 63. Deion Burks, a wide receiver out Oklahoma. I'm really not looking into wide receivers yet. I'm looking more or less at what was the main focus. What was the main reason why Drake had all these sacks? Couldn't protect. He even when he had time and they didn't blitz, and they didn't apply the pressure, Drake still looked off. This is where, like my man Lewis said, this is where you need an AJ Brown. This is where you need somebody that's, you know, that's for sure. They got sure hands that can get it done. And again, guys, this team, this is a rebuild team. Guys, we were 4-13 last year. This is Josh 10th Super Bowl appearance. You're right, and he should have known better. This is crazy that this man, when he came in, he was at 9. He had more experience than that defense over there. None of it. McDonald hasn't been in one. Kubiak hasn't been in none. I mean, we by all honesty, we had somewhat of an advantage because we had somebody who had been there. But McDonald just dialed. Our defense kept us in this game. Our offense did not put any points up in this game. No points at all until the fourth quarter. You're not going to, that doesn't produce anything. I was hoping that the fourth quarter was going to be an epic comeback, but it was not. It really wasn't. I'm sorry. I had hope. I thought it was going to work. I did. I really believed. But then in the end, it was like, oh shit, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. It's not going to work. But we need a line. We need to fix the line. We need. Morgan Moses is old. The rookies, they're exactly what they are, rookies. But this is going to be their second year. So, I mean, come on. Now, again, guys, Patriots have locked in 11 practice squad guys to future contracts, keeping developmental depth and special teams talent. That's the first real offseason move. Drake May won't need offseason shoulder surgery after his injury in the playoffs, so he'll enter offseason programs and spring ball on track. That's huge. Keep the spotlight on growth. After an impressive 14-3 ended in the Super Bowl, the Patriots enter the offseason with momentum, but they aren't done reshaping their roster point blank. They can't not do it. Drake should have ran the ball himself. That's what I was saying the whole damn time right there. Where was the quarterback design runs? Where was what we seen against Denver? Where was the call your own number? Where was, okay, I know they're not going to block for me. I know I can't. I mean, At least get out, take out running. You know they're coming, and that's why it's like, okay, we lost the Super Bowl, we lost it, but at the same time, where was the urgency? You know what I'm saying, Lewis? Where was it? Drake should have just took off running, because when he did run, look what he did. He was able to take off running and get the first down, slide down, first down. That was the thing. I was like, okay, good. Now we're seeing some kind of, but it was the fourth quarter. Now, the first quarter, again, you're trying to figure out how they're coming. It's going to be like a back and forth. But by the second quarter, you should have an ideal, okay, damn, and definitely by the third quarter, when they kicked the ball back to you to start it off, you should have did something. You remember they tossed the ball at Henderson and he went 9 yards, got stopped. It was a 2nd and 1. They tried, I think, a pass. It didn't go anywhere, incomplete. Then they tried to run and it got stopped. And it was 4th and 1. Braves told everybody, come on, and he punted the ball away. There were 8 punts in the game before the first score. We punted the ball 8 times. Where's our offensive coordinator at? Because he didn't have any clue. Drake May didn't have any protection from the old line. He sure the hell did. He sure did it. That offensive line couldn't stop a cold. When I tell you 3 and out, 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 I'm like, oh, sheesh. But the one good thing, Lou, is every time our defense took the field, they stopped them. They held them to 3, where they stopped them and got the ball back for the offense. That's when I'm like, okay, if we can just get some points, we can get back in the game. That's why I'm like, what was Josh McDaniels on the sideline doing? Why wasn't nothing dialed up? Or there was nothing that you had in the game plan at all? You mean to tell me nothing? As impressive of a season we had, we got to the Super Bowl and it laid an egg. That's the part that got everybody talking all this shit about the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Not the fact they made it and they lost to one of the best defenses in the league. It's the fact that, oh, y'all look good all year, and then when you get to the Super Bowl, you guys, and I'm like, dude, there's no excuse, but yeah, they got us. They got us. In the Super Bowl, you do play the best team. You do play pretty much one of the best teams in the league. You do. Honestly. You play a top team. You don't just, you don't just go in there and expect them to lay down. No. They had a defense, and they were comparing them to the Legion of Boom. Now, the other night when I was doing the stream, I had some Seahawks fans in here, right? And they were saying, oh, I said, I know y'all were tired of seeing a Malcolm Butler, and they said they showed that all week. That's all they kept showing. So they had extra motivation because all they showed was the old Super Bowl. Malcolm Butler interception. And for the life of me, Gonzo had him an interception right before the half. Gonzo had him an interception. Man, Gonzo was all over the place. Defense got the job done. GG's to the defense because you know what? The defense got it done. Our offensive line, they flat out just let us down. Gotta give it. Gotta call it. We gotta call it what it is. The defense did not give Drake any time. They didn't. Let's recap. Let's go back to. Let me pull up the recap. I know how you guys are feeling. You're fired up and pissed. You're seeing a blowout and a disaster everywhere. We can unpack that. Now, it was a 29-13. Seattle dominated the game for most of the night. Now, it's kind of weird. New England was scoreless through three quarters, didn't really get going until late, and by then, Seattle had built a leg to crack. That sounds about right. Now, here it is. The Pats punted 8 times before scoring. Drake May was sacked 6 times. 3 turnovers, including that pick 6. Seattle's kicker set a Super Bowl record with 5 field goal kicks. This wasn't just one miscue. This was Seattle's defense stifling everything New England tried to do. And this is what my man Lou said. Josh McDaniels didn't do anything. And we're talking about a guy who coached in his 10th Super Bowl. Coached in it. What the hell game plan did he have? I mean, we had a week of practice. You know, the whole week that we had to watch them and they talked about the practice, what they kept talking about, Drake May's shoulder. Drake May's shoulder, Drake May's shoulder, Drake May's shoulder. Well, Sam Darnold had an oblique injury. They didn't mention anything about that. They did, but they didn't hear him complaining. Now, let's be real. There's no way around it. The offense did not show up early. Seattle's front got pressure, and New England didn't adjust well. Let's be real. Their front got pressure, and we didn't adjust well. The offensive line got absolutely overwhelmed. 6 sacks and consistent pressure. That killed rhythm, took all confidence out of the play calls. Conservative became default. May finished with a decent counting stat late, but most came when the game was out of reach. That's what they call garbage time. Drake May didn't have any protection from the offensive line. Facts. That offensive line gave up the ghost. This isn't Drake May sucks. It's you plus pressure plus experience gap. And Seattle locked in a defense that was built for this moment. Their defense did the job. They were excellent, great job. Thank you. That's all I can tell them. That's it. Because at the end of the day, Lewis, our offensive line, they did it. They absolutely just did nothing. Again, I got to give defense their props. It was a master class from their defense on how to do their job. And McDonald had that defense locked in. So no, it's not a Drake May sucks, guys. No, it's gonna be like this. It's you. He's a second-year quarterback with a first-year head coach. A 4-13 team from last year that went 14-3. They had pressure from a defense that's better than any defense we faced the whole preseason. I mean postseason. And then you look at the experience. They had people over there that had experience. Our rookie left side didn't have that experience. They did. I'm sorry. Yeah, damn it. It sucks because I'm diehard New England, and I wanted them to fight. I wanted an epic comeback win so we can just ride off into the sunset and say, "Look at us, we're back." But what the hell are we gonna do when our offensive line can protect Drake May? And then once the pick six happened, no, first it was a fumble. They capitalized off the fumble. It was a 3 points. Then the pick six. No, it was the interception. Then the pick six. 3 turnovers. It's hard to come back from that. Even with the offense struggling early, the pass defense did enough to keep this thing within reach longer than most thought possible. They allowed only one offensive touchdown and forced some stops until late. Again, we were in this one until they got away from us. They were on the field way too long, though, and Seattle capitalized on mistakes, forced turnovers into points. Run defense was tested heavily by Kenneth Walker, who ended up being an MVP. See, that's another thing. We were worrying about taking away JSN. We were stopping JSN. We were all over the place stopping Shaheed down the field, but there was one thing that they could not consistently stop. Kenneth Walker. K9. That run gap just ran the ball. 135 yards. 5 yards average. 5.0 average. 27 total carries. Yeah. Defense did a great job. They were excellent, great job. That's what I'm telling you. So again, Lewis, we got a good squad. It's just that if we had production from the offensive line, at least a block, some blocks. If we don't turn the ball, at least if we don't turn the ball over, let's just say we don't turn the ball over, we're talking a different game, at least. We may still lose, but we don't lose 29-13. You know, it might be 29-20. It might be 29-27. We might lose by 2, but damn. And then you Lewis, where was Ramondre? Ramondre was running, then he wasn't running. And then when you look up, it's Travion Henderson running inside. I'm like, where is Ramondre? Ramondre did score a touchdown late, but where was Ramondre with the running game? We didn't even run the ball. We got away from so much. And it was like you lose your identity playing catch-up ball. This wasn't a defense that folded. It was a unit trying to keep the team alive while the offense got pushed around. Now, that matters. Point blank, guys. We were in this game until we weren't in this game. We shot our own self. Much as over here we talk about teams that shoot themselves in the foot, guess what? The Patriots shot their self in the foot. Oh boy. Wait till I get to this next part right here, guys, because you want to know what the fan uproar was? Not going to believe this. The fan uproar. Patriots are frauds. Made show. And you're not going to believe this one. Fire the whole thing. Hold up. Wait a minute. What the fuck? Again, I said the hot takes are flowing in. I mean, the Super Bowl was Sunday, and people are already got the torches out. They got the torches out. They got the pitchforks. They got the signs made. Patriots are frauds. Make choked. Fire the whole thing. Now I can understand people want to fire Josh because Josh didn't perform. Josh didn't even. It looked like Josh didn't even show up. To me, it looked like Josh sold us. But that's my own opinion. But I'm still not gonna be like, oh, we got dominated by the dark side defense. We did. G-Fetty, McDaniels got me fried. G-Fetty, bruh. Fried is not the word. Fried is not the word. He got G-Fetty. He got us all. He got us all in the uproar because it's like, what was your play calling? When it took you 3 quarters to realize what? You know what I'm saying? Abandon a run early on a quarter and dime defense taking Steve. Thank you, sir. Come on, Brian. Let's talk about it. Yes. Taking Stevens out. And you know, at first I thought Stevenson got injured or something. I thought something was wrong with him. I honestly thought something was wrong with Stevenson because, dude, there's no way he's, and then I see him score a touchdown. So I'm like, well, nothing ain't wrong with him. What's going on? Because it didn't make sense. It really didn't. So, no. Like, why do we have Henderson running inside? Exactly. Especially against this defense. And this defense was you see what this defense was doing. You honestly seen with it. That's why I'm glad Lewis did G-Fed Lewis. Guys, Drake May should have took off running with the ball. Honestly, point blank period. Drake should have called his own number like he did in Denver. It should have been, honestly, it should have been a Drake May running show. That's what Seattle was worried about. Seattle, and I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Seattle did go on and say, hey, we knew if we can upset Drake May, that would take away their game plan. Seattle knew if they can get to Drake, the game plan was null and void. If we can get Drake May, take him out the game, their game plan was done. Again, there's not a fraud. Drake didn't choke. And now Drake May probably afraid he was going to get hurt. To be fair, he's young. Second-year quarterback, never been on the stage before like this. He's coming in nursing a shoulder, knowing his offensive line has he watched the tape. He seen the film. He heard the nose. He knew what he was dealing with. Think about it. That was the defense. You think about all the defenses we played prior to playing Seattle. You went up against Khalil Mack and the Chargers. Then you had to play the Texans. That was a tough defense. Then you had to play the Denver Broncos. Only to play the worst defense in the league, the Seattle Seahawks. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Shush. It was going to get, it was, man. Drake knew. I honestly believe Drake knew. But the one thing we take away from this is we're a lot better off than a lot of other teams. Our offensive line is the problem. I'm sorry. I love Will Campbell. I love Jarrett Wilson. Morgan Moses is a veteran. Exactly what I said. He's a veteran. Dude, top 5 Chargers, number 1 ranked Texans, number 2 ranked Broncos, and then overall you could put Seattle number 1 overall defense. You faced the worst defenses of your career, and you're the second year quarterback. You're in your second year. You faced a gauntlet of defenses. You went up against the best. That. Guys, this is a young offense facing a ferocious defense on the NFL's biggest stage. That's a tall order. May battled. He got hit. He turned it over. Yeah, but he also showed flashes of composure, grit, and leadership under duress. Seattle wasn't just good. Their defense dominated the trenches and dictated pace from the start. They weren't just good. They dominated the one thing that we all know you must dominate, the trenches. The Seattle Seahawks defense dominated in the trenches. They got to our quarterback. They ruffled his feathers. They rung his bell. He had 6 sacks in that game. Total 21 sacks in 4 postseason games. He came in with 15 sacks. In the Super Bowl, he took 6. At that moment, Josh McDaniels should have said, you know what? We need to change up the scheme. We need to protect Drake at all costs. At all costs, we need to protect our quarterback. But what happened? We all seen what happened. We all seen it. It fucking sucks. It does. Now, what must happen in this offseason, guys, as we move forward? Because this was a loss that we got to own. We take it, eat it, love it. Protect the quarterback. O-line upgrades is our priority. Number 1, I want an O-line. There's some guys out there that I talked about when we opened up the show. Guess what? There's a guy up there in Green Bay. He's good. We need to go get him. Left tackle. Slide Campbell over the guard. Maybe even put Jared Wilson at center. Whatever it takes to get this line better, that's number 1. Then go and get you a true wide receiver 1. Give Drake May a chain mover. Then, guys, we can go and get us a complimentary pass rusher. Offense helps defense by staying on the field. Point blank. But the first thing you got to do is you got to fix the offensive line because your quarterback has to have time and your receivers have to. Come on. It didn't look good. And Diggs' route running, I don't know if you've seen it, but it was half-ass right. But Diggs couldn't do nothing, and it's crazy. Pop Douglas didn't get alive till the 4th quarter. It was like, when you look at that first 3 quarters of that game, you're like, what are we doing? This game, what were we doing? Because where were our receivers? Booty was trying. Honey, where was Hunter Henry? He was throwing to Austin Hooper. Austin Hooper was not a factor. He was a factor somewhat this season. But what are you throwing to Austin Hooper? It's and by all points, guys, they said we can throw across the middle in this one. Did you see what they tried to do? Drake tried throwing across the middle. There was one good play. He drew the ball across the middle and got it in there. But then after that interception he threw, it was, and you seen his face afterward. He could tell, damn, why, shit. That's another thing. He's going to have to work on limiting turnovers because they capitalize off of all 3 turnovers. Again, our defense, the Patriots defense did more than enough to keep us in this game. They held them to 3 points. They only gave up 1 scoring touchdown. 1. G4, I said they killed this on the ground, bro. 135 rushing yards. That's enough to kill us right there. And then we self-inflicted by turning the ball over. Weatherspoon, that guy right there. We had seen Marcus Jones and Woodson doing the same thing that Seattle did to us. Oh my God. We were getting it. We were getting punished. We were getting it. We were getting it. But at the end of the day, guys, we got owned in the Super Bowl. We got to take that. But this offseason, we have to make some moves to fix this O-line because what we seen got to get fixed. We were in this. We lost in the Super Bowl. I'm gonna be happy that we made it to the Super Bowl. Number one, we made it to the Super Bowl. My team played in the Super Bowl after the last time the Patriots were in the Super Bowl was 2018. We played the Rams. We beat the Rams. That was what they called the boring Super Bowl, 13-3. That was the last time we were in the Super Bowl. So to get back there, and yes, we got beat. Yes, we got beat. But I'm not going to call them frauds. I'm not going to say Drake May sucks. I'm not going to say, oh, we bad. No, our O-line got booked. Our O-line got dominated. Seattle did win in the trenches. There was turnovers. There was some nasty turnovers. But damn it, we made it to the Super Bowl. And guys, remember, we came from 4-13 last year. We were 4-13 a season ago. So 14-3. And appearance in the Super Bowl against a top tier defense. We made sure that they didn't blow us out. But we got beat. We got beat. Also, the fact that Manning was the one that reached out to Drake May and Brady didn't pisses me off. Exactly. Mr. I don't have a dog in the fight, remember? I don't have a dog in this fight. I can, and I thought, the narrative they came out with 2G, it was, Clint Kubiak going to take the Raiders job, so he might be not in the, I don't want to hear that. That man coached the game, and McDonald had his defense ready to play. And afterwards, them boys came to make a statement. They came to make a statement. You know what they played all week? The Malcolm Butler interception. All week, Seattle had to be reminded of Malcolm Butler's interception in that Super Bowl. All week. And you know what? They ain't need no more fuel. Josh McDaniels did not have an answer. He didn't have a rebuttal for what Seattle was doing. Vrabel, he punted on 4th and 1. He punted on a 4th and 1. He believed in the defense, and I respect that. But at the same time, we needed points. We needed points. You cannot not score. That was crazy. But God, that my boy Diggs, and they did say the lights were too bright for him. Oh, I'm again remind everybody, Drake May is a second-year quarterback, and this is his first year starting at quarterback. Last year he came off the bench. Go Pats. We're pissed. Mike Vrabel pissed. Will be back stronger, aggressive ever. People better look out. That's what I'm talking about, Mario. Salute, Mario. Yeah, you already know, bro. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna rebuild this old line, bro. We're going to rebuild the old line. And my boy Lewis in here, he said AJ Brown. He even threw out, guess who name? Derrick Henry. I heard Max Crosby name. But think about this offseason, what we could do. Yes, Mario. Exactly. Reason we lost is because our offense, Josh Dance was. Yes, sir. I agree. I agree. Josh McDaniels did not have an answer for this defense at all. Where was the answer? Listen, the pass punted 8 times before scoring. You punt 8 times? 8. Drake May was sacked 6 times. Multiple turnovers, including that pick 6. That's not good. The Seattle kicker set a Super Bowl record with 5 field goals. So we did enough. We did enough in that game, guys. But what did we do? We didn't do enough to win. Yeah, a very true good thinker. Yes, sir. That's what blew me. That's what blew me. Let's be real. There's no way around it. The offense did not show up early. Seattle's front got pressure, and New England didn't adjust. Well, they did not adjust. I'm not lying to you, bro. That set me back. That broke me. Because I'm waiting for something to break through. I'm waiting for Josh McDaniels to dial something up that's going to be like, okay, let's stop this. You know, at halftime, when we got the ball back after half, I'm like, okay, the second half is going to be an epic comeback. The second half is going to be us. What happened? It looked like the first half. It took us all the way to the fourth quarter, and by that time, we're talking, what, 9 minutes left in the game? There's no way. I'm gonna pissed at Josh. I'm a lot. Well, no, I'm not a little. I'm a lot. And then one of the guys pointed out this was his 10th Super Bowl. Mario, his 10th Super Bowl, bro. You mean to tell me you've been calling? You've been on this stage before, and you had nothing to call? Oh no, bro. Oh no, sir. No. You can't tell me that. I needed something. We needed something. Now look, let me tell you about this off-season stuff right quick. Let's look. There are some names I want y'all to know. Because there's some offensive names, offensive tackles out there I want y'all to list. Offensive tackles. Now, the top offensive tackle targets, protecting the blind side is priority number 1. With Vadarian Lowe and Thayer Mumford Jr. hitting free agency, the Pats might look for an upgrade. Now, Rasheed Walker from the Packers. The elite option, the best pass blocking left tackle on the market, only 26 years old. He fits the Patriots' long-term timeline perfectly. Then there's Jermaine Illuminor from the Giants. The reunion of former Patriot who was a rare bright spot for the Giants last year. He's a top-tier pass protector, but he's on the right side. We should have swooped Breece Hall when he had the check. Now, Breece Hall, that was a good one. Now I heard today Brees Hall might end up being a Chief, bro. No. They got us going after guess who? Um George Pickens. I'm like, huh? I don't want I don't know about George Pickens. I really don't. But then there's a Braxton Jones from the Bears. Now, this is who I think we may ultimately end up getting. And you know why I say that? Because, guys, the wild card is he missed most of 2025 with a knee injury. But when healthy, he's an athletic tackle who can dominate the run game. Oh, no. Yes, I know. Oh, no is right, bro. George Pickens. CBS had that report this morning. He has the same. Exactly. Say, CBS, I was right before I left out the door to go to the store, bro. I was in there and CBS had their name a list. Well, the names of the list of names, and they had George Pickens to the Patriots. And I'm like, what? No, indeed. Oh, no. Pickens stopped running routes mid-route. Pickens, that's what I'm saying. I don't know about no Pickens, dude. Now, they have Alec Pierce from the Colts, which is a top name that I wouldn't mind going after. You know what I'm saying? Now, he's a deep threat. He emerges as a complete wide receiver. He's posted his first 1,000-yard season. He's a big body deep threat the Patriots lacked in the Super Bowl. Alec Pierce could be a good. I'm like, dude, you get paid multi-millions of dollars to run through the fucking route. Exactly. And guess what? Dallas is already thrown. As a matter of fact, George Pickens is number 2 wide receiver. He led the league in yards versus man coverage with 14.29. Likely to be a franchise tag, but a tag and trade is possible. I'm not trying to get that. Alec would be nice, exactly. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I would take him. Then they got Mike Evans, who is old, and Rashid Shaheed, which I don't think they're gonna let him go. And then Deebo Samuels. I don't think Deebo. I don't see Deebo. He's older too. Deebo is 30. Mike Evans is 32. I've been a fan since 05 and 06 of the Patriots. Hey, Mario, I feel you. I've been a fan since 96. It's 30 years. So I understand. I was with Sean Jefferson, Terry Glenn, Troy Brown. Yes, I've been back there. Vince Wilfork. I'm talking Drew Bledsoe days. Yes, those days. I remember when Brady first came in and took over. I think we get the first thing I think they're honestly going to do is go for this offensive line. We need to get the offensive line, guys. Offensive line first. Foremost first. There is, matter of fact, hold on, let me pull this up. Let's pull up, let me pull this up. Wait, let me pull them up, and we about to pull up this line, guys. All right. Let's see. Hold up. Wait. Here we go. We're going to go to X because I think they got it on X. Let's see. Yeah, bro. We all Patriots, baby. You don't even worry, man. You know, if we die odds, bro. It sucks because we used to the win. We used to winning. But one thing we're not used to is lack of effort. The lack of. Like, this was just no effort. Like, you watched them just, where was the offense? Like, you knew the narrative was going to be, oh, y'all did all that all year, and then y'all get to the Super Bowl and get destroyed. All right, look at this right here. This is from Carlos Finds the Season. I think I did some good things this year. I'm 22 years old. I have a lot of room for growth in every aspect. I'll be ready to go when we get back. That's Will. Now, mind you, Will Campbell is coming back from injury. Okay? He's coming back from an injury that most players don't come back from. Like, yes, where is the scheme? That's what I'm saying. Like, where was the scheme? Like, I could have respected the loss, but at least fight before you just, don't do just fight. All right, let's look up this free agency. All right, it's like McDaniel was scared to run in the box. It's like you were scared to run Drake. I done been dialing up fucking, hey, Drake, run the ball because they stopped your run game. They're blitzing. Once they take off, go. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, take off. You know they're coming for you. Make them get you. If they're struggling, pass block, then run. Thank you. That's my whole thing. All right. All right, here we go. Okay, these are the top free agencies right here, guys. Top free agent destinations, according to Fox. Now, guys, don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just reporting it. I'm not sold on it. Look at this sheesh. Look at this. They don't have us with nobody on this one. They don't have nobody on this one. They don't have nobody. Look at this shit, guys. Hold on. Get back over there. They don't have us with nobody on this list, guys. That's crazy. George Pickens. Dallas already franchise tagged him, I seen. But, of course, I'm not in there for no trade. I don't want to give up nothing. If we can't get somebody for the low without having, because we got 30, 35 million in cap space this year. I'm not trying to up our, because we got to deal with Gonzo, and he deserves it. We got to take care of Gonzo. Gonzo Island out here. We got to make sure Gonzo gets taken care of. And we definitely got to get some line. Again, we got Rasheed Walker from the Packers. He definitely is my vote, especially if we can get him. Let's get him. Bring him in there. We need somebody like him. Now, top free agency. These are the top free agents. And, dude, this is going to be interesting. Man, I love this. I love my Patriots, bro. I know we're going to be back next year, bro. I know we're going to be back next year. It's no choice. We too good not to be back, guys. Come on. Go Pats Nation. Let's go, Pats. All right, here we go. Okay, so Trey Hendrickson, Tyler Linderbaum, Adolphia Woohoo, Alec Pierce, Buffalo looking at them. Malik Willis to the Dolphins. That might be crazy. Brees Hall staying with the Jets. Kobe Bryant, safety. Mike Evans staying with the Bucks. I mean, I personally do not want an old wide receiver. And these guys are going to probably cost us too much to keep. All right. Unrestricted free agency. Rams want Alontae Taylor. All right. NFL free agency begins a month from today. I think I gave out the dates, right? The dates are, give y'all the dates. February 17th to March 3rd, franchise tag window. February 23rd through March 2nd is NFL Scouting Combine. March 9th is Legal Tampering. March 11th, the new league year begins. March 29th through the April 1st, April Fool's Day, annual league meeting, and April 23rd through the 25th, guys, is the NFL draft. Free agency is in 28 days. 28 days free agency. I think Brees Hall, they said Brees Hall to the Chiefs. I think Brees Hall end up being a Chief. And then the killer part, the 49ers want the other Bosa brother to come over so they could have potentially the two Bosa brothers. All right. Kyle Pitts, Jalen Phillips, Alec Pierce, Trey Hendrickson, Khalil Mack, Devin Lloyd, Isaiah Likely, N'Kobe Dean. Guys, Patriots priorities position heading into the offseason. Left guard, wide receiver one, and edge. Kyle Pitts, Jalen Phillips, Alec Pierce, Trey Hendrickson, Khalil Mack, Devin Lloyd, excuse me. Dorfe Owe. All right, what he said is like McDaniel was scared, and if they're struggling to pass block and run, sure enough, yes, exactly. I wanna see Isaiah. Like, you've been saying that name, bro. And my boy Lewis said he wants to see Derrick Henry, man. But look, I mean, our dream list, guys. Think about this: Derrick Henry, Max Crosby, AJ Brown, Njoku at tight end with honey. Oh my goodness. I can give you that name, that right there. If that would be a dream, that would be a starting Super Bowl roster. Look, the Eagles want to sign a Joker, but I mean, no, leave that alone, guys. Stop it. Um, right. Oh, wait. I know where to go. Hold on. I know exactly where to go. Aaron, I want Likely over the Joku. Hey, I do too. Not gonna lie to you, I do too. Not gonna lie to you, I sure do. Now here it is. Boston buzzer. David Njoku should be a top free agency target for the Patriots. All right, here we go. Milt Williams, Stephon Diggs, Robert Spillane, Carlton Davis, Morgan Moses, Tonga, Mac Hollins, Chason, Garrett Bradbury, Harold Landry, Jack Gibbons. Looking back at the Patriots free agent signings, they're a massive reason a team is in the Super Bowl. This was our look at this list. We just got to improve. We just need. I ain't gonna lie. They should have got more line. They should have got line. That should have been a lineman in there. More linemen in there. Cause dude, that roster is fucking serious. Key restricted free agents this offseason: Chason, Jaden Hawkins, Austin Hooper. We can let Hooper go. Tonga, let's keep him. Vadarian Lowe, Mumford, he was injured. Ernest Johnson. All right, I can see him letting Hooper and Mumford and Johnson go. Keeping Chason, Hawkins, and Lowe and Tonga. I can see that. Honestly, I can see that. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. Alec Pierce to the Patriots. I get we want a wide receiver one, guys, but can we get an offensive lineman? See, that's my thing. I want an offensive line. I need an offensive lineman. Okay. Honestly, I need that offensive lineman. We need that fixed. Point blank. We need that fixed. Okay. We need that fixed. Left guard, wide receiver, and edge. We definitely need that. I mean, in that exact order, too. That exact order. All right? I'm not being funny. Resign Hawkins and Tonga. Chason, Hooper, Walk. Sign Kyle Pitts, Isaiah Likely. If Alex Pierce hits the market, blank check, first round, best available offensive line, wide receiver, edge, and tight end. What do y'all guys think about this? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? What do you think? What do you think? Resign Hawkins and Tonga. Chason and Hooper walk. I don't know about letting Chason walk. Hooper can walk, though. Sign Kyle Pitts and Likely. And then if Alec Pierce hits the market, blank check. First round, best available off at 31, we can get an offensive line. And then wide receiver and edge, tight end. And again, I told you what our draft order is, right? We're drafting. We have round 1, pick 31, round 2, pick 63, and round 3, pick 95. In rounds 4 through 7, the team holds 8 additional picks in the later rounds, including extra selections from previous trades involving Josh Uche and Kyle Duggar and Keon White. So we got picks. We have picks. I'm just trying to figure out, like, do we really try this experiment? Potential 2026 free agency, wide receiver Alec Pierce, Rashid, edge rusher Trey Hendrickson, Malcolm Kuntz. Edge rusher. All right, Fox Sports free agency prediction, top 100. So, and there we go. Left tackle Rasheed Walker. I've been screaming. I dug into him. I want him. I kind of do. Isaiah, left guard Isaiah Samula, and we re-signed Chason and Jaden Hawkins. I gotta agree. I don't know about the Kyle Pitts thing. I don't know about Kyle Pitts. Guys, I don't know about Kyle Pitts. However, that would be nice. That would be a nice addition because he's been squandered in Atlanta. You're right, Isaac and David Edwards, Delmont Jones, Leo Chenard, Josh Jones, tackle. Njoku, Pitts, or likely. But they said more realistic guys would be Chig or Cade Otton. I'm fully expected the wide receiver market to be bare with Pickens getting tagged. No one else really fits the TL. So I'm expecting them to draft a wide receiver and trade for one, maybe DJ Moore. Hey, that's an interesting, that's interesting. Draft Bain, Reese. Trade up Mansour Delane, Omar Cooper, Jaden Phillips, Quincy Williams, Brian Robinson, Juwan Jennings, Isaac, Cade Otten, Marcus Mariota, Kyrus Tonga, Greg Newsom, Alante Taylor, Jason. Brian. All right, these are free agents for this year. Tommy DeVito can take the ball, guys. All right. Now, Patriots don't have a lot of big free agency this offseason, but they have a ton of difficult decisions to make. Gonzo extension, Booty extension, Chason, Hawkins, Tonga resign, Kerr or William as DC, upgrading the wide receiver room, and Diggs contract. Damn. Guys, we have not problems, but guys, oh boy. This is going to be some shit this year. We have some shit. This is going to be some shit this year. Dream scenario for the past off season. Sign Rasheed Walker. Yup, 26-year-old left tackle. Projected at $20 million. That's what I'm talking about. Young tackle guys. Look, Shift Will Campbell, the left guard. Wilson, the center. Garrett is a 1-year contract. And not sure that I see him returning. Draft the right tackle. Boom, boom, boom. That's my Nikki Blitz. That's my dog. Nikki Blitz came with the smoke. The same thing I've been saying. And you got time to do, and you got it. But we got to get, guys, we have to get that left side of the line secure. They cannot go into this all season knowing that you got to do it. All right, guard Michael Reynolds should be on a 1-year deal. Cornerback Gonzalez, extension numbers are too low. Offensive linebacker not showing on depth chart after the draft. Patriots will sign Alec Pearson free agency. Pair the best deep ball quarterback with the best deep ball receiver. Okay. All right, let's keep Chase on, who 75 sacks in 2025, priority keep. Kyle Tonga, key interior defender, strong push to retain. Jaden Hawk is reliable safety contributor, works bringing. All right. Realistic targets for Patriots and free agency. Not Romeo Dobbs, no. All right, linebacker Devin Bush, Rasheed Walker, that's definitely a name. Offensive guard Elijah Vera Tucker and tight end Chig Okinawa. I don't know about Chig, but left tackle definitely. We need Walker. We need that guy. I told you guys what I thought. Okay, that is number one free agent. When I made my script up for the night, guys, I definitely need him. Protecting the blind side is priority 1A. With Vadarian Lowe and Third Mumford hitting free agency, the Pats might look for that upgrade. And he is an upgrade. He's 27. We can get him. We can get him. And there's another market. Patriots top targets are who we got. We got Ronnie Stanley Jr., Chris Godwin, Milton Williams, and cornerback Various Ward. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I don't want Brandon Cooks. Nope, we don't want Brandon Cooks. No, let him stay where he's at. And here it is. Perfect free agent A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots. I think A.J. Brown will come over here and he'll work a deal with us to come over here. Stephon Diggs will probably work out a deal to remain a Patriot. Because, guys, we're closer than a lot of teams that we can stay. We need to fix our line, come on. We have a free agency advantage. I think we got this. I swear, I honestly think we got this. Okay, now, Jaden Phillips, edge, Alec Pierce, Rasheed Walker, offensive tackle, Adolphe Awin, edge, Quay Walker, linebacker, Mike Evans. I don't really want Mike Evans, older wide receiver. Devin Lloyd at linebacker, Kyle Pitts. Wow. And Boy Mafe at edge. Not bad. Still not really though. All right. All right. I will fix the New England Patriots. $42.7 million in cap space projected. Will Campbell to left guard, definitely. Draft a left tackle. Love Jennings Dunker at all costs. Trade up if you have to. Total draft year budget $13.8 million in cap projected. Sign either or both Mike Evans $20 million. I don't know about why does everybody want. I mean, Mike Evans is a dog. Don't get me wrong. Mike Evans is a dog, but just don't know. I mean, to me, Mike Evans is like having Stephon Diggs, like having another Stephon Diggs. Tyler Lindenbaum, and then they said cut Stephon Diggs, save millions. Cut Stephon Diggs, cut Michael Leonard. New signing, and then draft picks. Oh no! I mean, we need an offensive line, but I mean, we can keep Diggs and get a running and get another wide receiver. Why not? AJ Brown obviously makes the team much better when his head is on straight. If he really wants out, then let it be. I'd include him in a trade for Max Crosby. He's already a huge Tom Brady fan. Viva Las Vegas. But why would I do that? I would want him on my roster. I mean, Tony Bender says sign Kyle Pitts, trade for AJ Brown, let Chase on walk, trade for Max Crosby, draft Monroe, Freeling. Not bad. All right, Pats have already spent a reported 165 million free agency. Morgan Moses 24. We can cut Morgan. Carlton Davis 60 million. We can actually cut Carlton. Harold Landry we can keep. And then Spillane 37.5. Love Spillane, but we can probably restructure. God, we could actually get some of these things. Uh, God, free agency should be nice to us. No lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. Free agency should be nice to us this year. I mean, I want to get the left side of the line together. That's what I want. Okay. I want the left side of the line together. That's my biggest thing. Rasheed Walker from the Packers would be a number one priority. Definitely got to get the line fixed. Um, There's another name, Braxton Jones from the Bears. Unfortunately, like I said, he probably is a feasible fix because he's coming off an injury. Probably cheaper, probably could snatch him. Um, but again, I want the best because we need the best if we're going to make a run like we made this year. If we're going to make a dive into the postseason, we're going to need somebody who's going to be able to stick it out and protect Drake. Drake's going to need protection. We're going to need people that can catch, separate, do their job, and buy in because all we need is us. I believe in us. I want this to make sense when we get to the big game, not to sell. All right, that this Super Bowl not only exposed, but it helped us realize that guess what? We got to make some moves. We have to make moves. We put a roster together this year. We got all the way to the Super Bowl. We made it. We made it more possible. We made it a very good destination for people to come to New England and want to play in New England. Yes, we're that destination now. Vrabel is a very good coach. Now, Josh McDaniels, Josh, Josh, you gotta get together. Patriot Nation, we all we got. We all we need. I know it didn't look right. I know it looked ugly. I know it was horrible. It was 29-13 in the Super Bowl. But guys, it's not the end of the world. It's not. It's the beginning, and this is how normally it starts. It starts this way. It had to be ugly in order to get beautiful. It's not bad. We got opportunity. We got Cap. We got some key players that would love to come to this destination to play for us. Max Crosby put his name out there. AJ Brown is another one. Um, with some good players that might have sucked in places that might come here and actually do good. We have a second year, now third year quarterback in Drake May, who can only get better. He has experience. He's played in his first Super Bowl. He has experience now. So give him a line to protect him and watch him cook. Once you see this man cook, give him a weapon like Alec Pierce. Some kind of way Stephon Diggs remains on the roster, he gets better. We got Kyle Williams, a speedster. We got Effin Chisholm. Mac Hollins still there. Warriors. We have weapons. We need to fix the line. Then we need to get an all pro edge rusher to complement that defensive line. So we can be that like the dark side defense that showed up in the Super Bowl. Because guess what? Once we get that defense like that, oh my God. You're talking about blowouts. Teron Armstead invited Will Campbell to work out in the offseason. There he goes. Because number one, I ain't gonna lie to you. I need him to move over to guard. So you know what? I want him to do better because I believe in the guy. I really do. I believe Will Campbell can be that guy. It's going to take. He's a rookie. It's his first year. He learned a whole lot. He got exposed. He got beat. He came back. He got injured. He came back from injured. He got injured, guys, and came back from injury. Most people don't come back from that injury. And he came back. Now, he didn't perform like we all like him to do it, but he did. You got to give him that. I love the fact that he came back and he tried. But guys, we got to fix this line. And if we can go out and get a Rasheed Walker and bring him in and slide Will Campbell to guard, you're still doing your job, Will. Put Morgan Moses at center. I mean, not Morgan Moses. Jared Wilson at center. This line gets better. Get Drake that deep threat. Give him that Alec Pierce. And watch what he do. He just needs to stop 3-4 step dropping because he's trying to punch out and his arms are too small to punch it back. Because look, they already know how to get you. And now a rookie's already going up against some vets. That's why they targeted him in the Super Bowl. They targeted him. They knew Seattle, when you listen to the Seattle Seahawks talk about their game plan against us, they were like, let's get to Drake May. If we can get Drake May, that changed their whole game plan. What they did, they got at Drake May. How did they do it? That left side, the rookie side, the rookies. They knew the rookies couldn't stop. And I'm glad the rookies tried, but they got owned. And Josh, I don't care how many years experience, what the hell you were doing out there. It wasn't like you had been there 9 times prior, buddy. It wasn't. Josh, there's no excuse. This dude act like he was not there before. You knew that line needed help. You were supposed to make sure Drake got the ball out faster or Drake was able to run. Or, like you said, G, where was the running game? Where was Ramondre? That's your power runner. And he waits for him to come to him, and he doesn't go and try to block them. There you go. Neck puzzle. Salute, champ. You know what I'm saying? It's the Patriots after dark right now. All Patriot Nation in the building, guys. Josh McDaniel, we're holding your feet to the fire because you knew you had to have a plan for this defense. this defense had a plan for us. Where was our plan for you? Because our defense had a plan. I ain't gonna lie. Our defense held them. Our defense had them. Our offense, boy, that's why we do need. I ain't gonna lie. Guys, we needed something. When we came out at halftime, we had to have something. We needed something. What the fuck did we get? Rapes. You should have went to Josh and said, Josh, what are you doing? When you flashed to the sideline and seen Josh was standing there and looking like. Every time Drake man came out the field, he was looking like, fuck, shit, damn. He threw that interception. It was like, oh, damn. He knew he wasn't supposed to throw it. All the analytics said that you can beat Seattle in the middle of the field. That was bullshit. They were waiting on that. They had 4 damn Seattle Seahawks in the middle of the field. Every time Drake gone across the middle, it was 4 Seahawks in the middle of that field. God, it was 4 of them. He got lucky with that one pass to Hollins in the middle. After that, he tried it again. It was tipped, and luckily it wasn't intercepted. Then it was intercepted. Whoa. I heard one analyst said, oh, they sped his clock up. Yep, it was sped up. It sure was, because Drake was uncomfortable. I wanted to see more. I wanted to see more from his offense. I wanted to see more. Now, this offseason, I want to see more from Elliott Wolf. Ownership, I want to see more. Let's go out there and get this line. They got Rasheed Walker, Packers free agent, 26-year-old, elite option, 26-year-old. He's 26, fits. We need to get him. Let's move Will Campbell over to left guard. Let's build the lineup. Then we can worry about a wide receiver one, an edge rusher. But first and foremost, get me a goddamn lineman. Another issue with McDaniels' offense, lets Drake change plays and call his own plays at the line like McDaniels. Like McDaniels, man, isn't Brady. Man, if he had a scheme for every week, you know what your job. That's what I'm saying. You know, remember in the Denver game, right? The Denver game. What was the last play that he called his own number and got the first down? We get to the Super Bowl, he looked like a deer in the headlights. What did you practice all week for? And then that, bro, he literally knew the offensive line could not protect him. And why we didn't determine, why we didn't run. You bring in Travion Henderson and start running. That's what I'm saying. That is like, and then Josh, man. One of the guys said it earlier. Josh been here before. This is Josh's 10th Super Bowl. And Josh called this Super Bowl like it was his first damn time. This is Josh's 10th Super Bowl, and Josh called it like it was his first time. Where was the huh? And then, guys, I'm not going to just hold it on just Josh, because our wide receivers drops, couldn't separate, running up the middle. Running up the middle, yes, come on. Like, what was we doing, bruh? Bruh, what were we doing, bruh? Right up the middle. What are we running to? I'm looking at a highlight right now for the Denver game. That was defense highlight. That was an ugly game. It was a 10-7 game. You know what this game was looking like? It was almost on the verge of the same thing because your defense kept you in this game long enough for to take you out the game because your offense couldn't do nothing. You can't go 3 quarters with no score and turn the ball over. First half, they had Booty running, comeback routes, like shaking my head. What was Diggs doing? What was Diggs? You know what pissed me off? Where was Hunter Henry? Where was Hunter Henry? I had all the scouting report was like Hunter Henry should eat against this defense. He should eat across the middle. Hunter Henry should do this. I'm watching the game. I don't even remember calling Hunter Henry's name except for wait. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Let's look. Hold on. I still got this queued up. I'm not going to take this down for a while. This is going to stick right here for a minute because this is 29-13, guys. Oh, God. Dude, for real. Okay. Let's see. All right. May was our leading rusher. 5 for 37. Ramondre, 7 carries. Ramondre's longest run was 6 yards. Drake's longest run was 16. That was that 16-yard run that he slipped. That he slid down on. Travion Henderson was 6 of 19. Longest run was 9 yards. Then Mac Hollins, 4 for 78. 1 touchdown, 8 targets. Demario Pop Douglas, 5 for 45 on 7 targets. Ramondre Stevenson, 5 for 40 on 5. Stephon Diggs, 3 for 37 on 3 targets. Hunter Henry, 3 for 31 on 5 targets. Travion Henderson, 3 for 25 on 3. Kayshon Boutte, 1 for 21 on 5 targets. Austin Hooper, 2 for 10. And then Kyle Williams, 1 for 7 on 2. Look at that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Altogether, they had 27 receptions for 295. 2 touchdowns. Ramondre had a touchdown. Mac Hollins had a touchdown. That's what the fuck? Come on, guys. The whole year we've been watching our team find ways to get the ball down the field in the end zone. If it didn't work, Drake used his legs. Drake got after it. Who dropped? Yes, he did drop a pass. Everybody was dropping a pass. That's a crazy pack. Drake was off on some of them passes. A couple of them was behind him. Missed here, missed there. That was the horrific part. They was dropping passes when you needed to be catching them. And then Josh was calling up some dumbass plays that you like, huh? And I'm mad at Drake, and I can't be mad at Drake because Drake, again, no excuses. It's his second year. Last year, he got thrown in halfway through the season. It's his first year as a starter in the NFL, and he makes it to the Super Bowl. Your offensive coordinator kind of hangs you out to dry in the Super Bowl because, damn, you're right. He wasn't given the opportunity for the audible. I don't even think He audibled out. I mean, when he hiked the ball, you remember that play that got called back? Yeah, he shot it. He shot it up with Toradol. But that's what even made it worse, bro. You got shot up. So I think Seattle knew all we had to do was just get back there and just pop him up a few times, throw him all the way off. That's what they did. They got to him. And I think something was wrong with, don't get me wrong, I think something was wrong with Will Campbell as well, because Will didn't look like he was there as well. Will just looked like, come on. Like, guys, this is our first Super Bowl with this roster, and they can only get better. They can only get better. But as fans, we got to talk about our team. We are all right. Because, damn, bro, the product on the field did not match. It didn't match. It didn't match up. It didn't. And no, I'm not calling them frauds. I'm not calling them none of that. But damn, Mike Vrabel's first year as a head coach, good job. Drake May's first official year as starting quarterback of the New England Patriots, his first year. With the roster he had, congratulations, you ran a Super. Now imagine we could fix this line and put the right pieces around them. We got another chance. It's tough to get back to the Super Bowl. It's not tough when you got the right pieces around you. And Drake had the right pieces. And if Josh really trusts Drake like he supposed to, then damn, bro. Sky's the limit. And yes, this offseason, he got time to heal up. He got time to heal up. And again, why we need to fix the line, G? Because that shoulder, that was the issue. He was the most sacked quarterback. He took 21 of them in the whole postseason, man. 6 in the Super Bowl, came into the Super Bowl with 15 sacks. That should have been number one priority. Protect the quarterback. They were back there in our backfield, like they lived back there. I heard Patriots announcers about Seattle Nets. They were talking about, I see us winning 12 games. Yes. I seen the schedule yesterday. No, the day before yesterday, I seen the schedule. And I said, damn, we can win this. We got a winnable schedule. Especially when we put some pieces together, we got a winnable schedule. And I wanted to be a winnable schedule against some top tier opponents. Because damn it, I think we still got a chance, guys. I don't care what they say. We got this. We actually got a chance to get back to another Super Bowl. But we got to fix the line, guys. We got to fix the line. We got to give Drake time. We got to give Drake a deep threat. I know Kyle Williams was brought in, was drafted to be that quick speedster, but Kyle Williams didn't do nothing. Mac Hollins, thank God he caught that ball in the end zone for the touchdown. That was beautiful. Drake improvised on the second touchdown, but by the time we started scoring, guys, it was already too late. We're talking fourth quarter garbage time. And in the Denver game, Drake took off running. Drake was gone. I would have rather seen Drake at least take over running. Take off running. Go. You know you don't have time. You know this. But in potato, tomato. We're into the off season, guys. We got moves to make for the off season. We got room to improve. We are definitely on the road back I know people are saying, y'all, window is closed. Patriots ain't going back. Oh, no. Please don't say that yet. The Patriots are back. We're not dead. We're not done. We're not. We're not. We're not. Trust me, we're not. We get our offensive line together. We have a young quarterback that showed you this year that he a deep ball threat. He can throw that ball deep. You give him some weapons to throw it to. You can give him some time, protect him, give him a clean pocket. And not only that, he can beat you with his fucking legs. That's a beautiful thing. So a healthy Drake May with a pop with an offensive line, shit, man, come on, we're back. We're not worrying about the AFC East winning a division. We can win a division. I want to win a Super Bowl. That's what we want. We want to win Super Bowls. MVP? Yep. That's good. That's good. We want to win Super Bowls. I'm sorry. That's the one thing Patriot fans want. The rings. Mr. Kraft is up there saying, you know what? Look at what we got. You know what he's saying? I'm gonna write a check. What you need? I guarantee you, Kraft is saying, Mike, what do you need? You think Kraft is not sitting up there in his office saying, shit, Mike, what else you need? I brought you here to win. You brought us back to the Super Bowl. What do you need? When you look at everybody who in free agency in the off season, where they're at, the Patriots are right there. Offensive line, edge rusher, and a deep threat wide receiver. Period. Look, I'm telling you right now, guys. We have round 1, pick 31. Round 2, pick 63. Round 3, pick 95. Round 4 and 7, the team holds 8 additional picks in the later rounds, including selections from previous trades involving Josh Uche, Kyle Duggar, and Keon White. So we got some picks. We have cap space. There's some good names out there for us to go get. We got an owner that wants to win. He wants to win. We got a coach that got everybody to buy in to believe that we can win. And guess what we did? We went to the Super Bowl in his first year. Granted, we got whooped 29-13. It sucks. GG, Seattle. Again, GG to the Seahawks. Congratulations. But next year, it's Patriot time. Sorry. It's time for the Patriots to get back to our winning ways. Guys, we need the left side to get fixed. I'm telling you right now, we need to get a left fucking tackle. I love you, Will Campbell, but we need a left tackle. Someone to guard Drake's left side. Make my boy get comfortable back there. Because this year, guys, we're going against a gauntlet. We're going to play some of the best teams. Rightfully so. I don't want to hear nobody talk about we had an easy schedule. I want them to say, oh, them boys went up against some dogs, and they won. And then when we get back to the Super Bowl, when we get back to the big dance, when we're in LA, and we host up there Lombardi, and they say, damn, how did they do it? I say, yeah, we're back. I'm sorry, guys, we're back. It's just going to take us another year. It's another year. I'm sorry, it really is. But Alec Pierce, a good wide receiver to go pick up. Elliott Wolf is going to be working overtime this offseason. Um, we did fall short in the Super Bowl, but from a 4-13 team to the Super Bowl, an opportunity to turn this thing around. That's what I'm looking at. Thank you. Because this year was a good year despite the ugly loss, despite it. My Patriots are still in it. We're still in it. We're still in it, guys. I'm sorry. We're still in it. I still believe. And guess what? Despite all the news you may hear all week, despite all the negative and all the question marks and all the click for views, are the Patriots frauds? Oh, was it real? Are they believable? Is Drake May done? Is this? If you don't bite. They're just trying to get clicks. Because if you click on, they're going to tell you all the reasons why they're not. All the reasons why it is. Listen, the guy, first year, he's a first year. First year head coach. First year roster put together. And this roster won. We're back. And I'm standing on that. The Patriots are back. We lost. 15 points to the Seahawks. So, let them hate. But next year, New England, we're back. So this off season, guys, pay attention to these dates. February 17th through March 3rd is franchise tag window. February 23rd through March the 2nd is NFL scouting combine. March the 9th is legal tampering. March 11th, the new year, the new league year begins. March 29th through April 1st, the annual league meeting. And then we got April 23rd through the 25th is the NFL 2026 draft. So we're about to get ready for this off season, guys. And the Patriots are definitely should be on the market to improve this roster. Trust me. I know Vrabes. I know Mr. Robert Kraft. Guys, we're got to improve. We're going to improve. We're going to improve. So this offseason, expect some major breakthroughs. We're going to be here for all the news, everything New England Patriots. If it breaks, stick around. Make sure you follow the channel because guess what? This is the Patriot Blitz. We're going to bring you all of the blitz that pertain to the who? New England Patriots. I'm your host, Jay's Perspective. Guys, this is the offseason breakdown with your host, Jay's Perspective. Again, I want to remind you, we're not frauds. We went to the Super Bowl. We lost. We own it. But this is New England, and we are the Patriots. And we stand up, and we stand tall. I got to remind them, we made it to the Super Bowl. We lost in the Super Bowl. Just remind it. We lost in the Super Bowl. Last time we were in the Super Bowl was 2018. We were 4-13 last year. We were 14-3 this year. A Super Bowl appearance. Sky's the limit, folks. Let's not doubt them. This is Clutch Sports Media. Clutch Sports Media 365, the Patriot Blitz, the Patriots Outlook. And what's next for your New England Patriots? I want you to stay tuned, stay clutch, hit that like button, sub up to the channel, and remember, go Pats! We gone! Oh, I will see y'all tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, for the Patriot Blitz, guys. Stay tuned, stay clutch. And remember, everybody in the comments, make sure you go and follow my people at Lock Their Content. Sub up to their channels, hit them up, follow them, all that good stuff. I will see y'all tomorrow. And again, go Pats. We gone. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna make sure it sounds right. Hold up. Before we do, wait. Let me make sure it sounds right. Go Pats. Go Pats. We gone.